On the 9th day of Switchmas, my true love gave to me. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, your boy, Carlos, aka Angry Bananas, here at GeEKSCAPE Games. Not a podcast, this is a video, because I got the 9th day of Switchmas, which are kind of what we want to see on the Switch soon, hopefully our predictions. And I get to talk about a little bit about what I want to see for the Nintendo Switch. Now, what I want to see on Nintendo Switch, which a lot of people haven't really talked about, is virtual console games. What are we gonna see in it? What are we gonna probably expect from it? How it's gonna go down? And I have my, let's say predictions, but what I wanna see. So straight off the bat, what I wanna see, of course, is a complete U-Haul on the UI, which if you don't know, is the user interface. I think that's been lacking since the Wii U and the Wii days, which hasn't been the best looking kind of interface for any of the games, especially if you're looking for virtual consoles. I've always felt that it probably needed to be a spotlights even more than usual, I think, and it probably needs to be set up in a way that it's a lot more easier for people who are not really used to actually guiding their menus and stuff. I mean, some people would say, of course, that the Wii U has probably the best UI in a while, but I think we need a revamp on it as well. Looking at PlayStation, of course, and Xbox, they both have some amazing UIs, of course, to look up for some of the previous games. And hopefully it has probably a good way to interact with your previous accounts and look up everything you've purchased on the previous systems. That way it can offer you, of course, some recommendations that you might be interested in. And of course, as that, saying that, of course, I do want to see a good amount of virtual games already available off the bat as soon as the Switch is out. Of course, I don't want people to be holding on for that for too long, because of course we don't want to be every 2 months a game that nobody even cares about. Nintendo's notorious for that, of course. I like to say that because they like to put games, the virtual console games that actually matter with their previous games. So if it's a Mario game coming out, they usually put Mario virtual console games, but none of that. I want to see all these games available off the bat. I know we're not gonna expect a good amount of 50, but at least a good 10 or 15, ranging from either the NES, Game Boy Advance, possibly even Virtual Boy if it's even possible. God forbid that nobody gets seizures, but let's hope to see that as well. The next tidbit I want to talk about too is kind of the new library of games I want to see. The new library lines of games I want to see. I really want to see GameCube games a lot more. Now, there's been rumors that it's gonna happen for sure. Quite sure we are, but the amount of sizes, what worries me though, technically, is the amount of size of these GameCube games. I think it go for about 2 gigabytes, 3 gigabytes, less than that for sure. But we don't even know yet the space for the Switch. We don't know if you'll be able to switch out, of course, the memory in it, and how we're gonna go about it. Of course, everything's gonna be cartridge based, so we don't know exactly how the space for digital games are gonna be in it, but let's just hope for the best. But GameCube games, for sure. And not just GameCube games, I'm talking about GameCube games that can actually work outside of just playing first player or anything. Now think about this for a minute. Just let me grab your head right now. Let's go with this. Let's just say you bought Mario Kart Double Dash, right? Amazing game with a lot of potential of it almost having online when it came on the GameCube. Now let's make that happen, Nintendo. Let's make these old games new games. Now you might be asking, Carlo, how can you do that? Well, good example is Pokemon Red, Yellow, and Blue that recently came out for the 3DS. You can play with that wirelessly, of course, both trading and battling. Now, if they have the opportunity to do that, this is an opportunity for Nintendo to actually hop on this non-HD train and actually reviving old games and actually implementing things like online features. But since we're not gonna have online features for those GameCube games, I would like to see wireless gameplay. So think about it. Double Dash, wireless, take it anywhere to go. You can make tournaments about it. It'll be nuts, it'll be crazy. Come on. Baby Mario stage, legit, super legit. And another thing too I'd like to see as well, hopefully Sega's listening to this, maybe, is Phantasy Star Online 1 and 2. I think those are the probably best games that didn't get the best light, especially in the GameCube days. And I think it'll be, if not impacted with, probably can rival Monster Hunter if they really did that and add a wireless mode or even an online mode that it had back then. AT&T, you know what I'm talking about. And that'd be really great. I think that'd be a really great addition to kind of the line of GameCube games that are going to come out. Of course, the rumor is that Mario Sunshine is on its way, but we don't know just yet. So that's kind of my other thing I want to talk about. But let's go on to the next subject. The next thing I'm going to talk about is something that the Virtual Console has been notorious for, and that has to be repurchasing of old Virtual Console games. Now, what does that mean? For some of us that did purchase some of these games on the Wii, we were not allowed to bring those games that we purchased on the Wii onto the Wii U, and I'm quite sure it's not gonna happen for the Switch. Now, this is a thing that Nintendo should learn about, of course. If anything, Microsoft has been killing it with their rebranding of kind of bringing those old games back to the Xbox One, both digital and physical, of course. For example is Red Dead Redemption, which has recently been brought back, which is great. Good idea, Xbox. Kudos. But Nintendo should learn from this, and this is something that will keep fans replaying their systems no matter what they get. I think that's something that they should look into. I know they have to pay royalties, especially for some of the creators, directors, wherever that goes, but I think there needs to be a very, very, very solid line of a contract explaining exactly that when they do these virtual console games, these console games will transfer over to the future systems, vice versa for anything. I think it's something that needs to happen. I understand that they have a toy making mentality, but let's stick to the now. We are in the digital age of entertainment. We don't need to be repurchasing these things. That's like saying every time I buy an iPhone, I have to keep repaying an app that I already paid for 3 different iPhones ago. That's not how it works, Nintendo. I'm sorry, I can't give you a break on that, but I hope you learn from this, and I hope you do this for the Switch. And the last thing I want to talk about is imports. Something that we all been wanting to see. I know Mother 3 has been in this weird, it's always the year of the Mother 3. Beautiful Mother 3, but it's never gonna happen, guys. Maybe not, I don't know. I'm not trying to burst your bubbles, but there was one thing for sure is that Nintendo either brings an import or they don't. And I really hope you guys focus on importing some of the stuff like Rainbow Man that never came out here, ever came out here. So let's bring that. Can we bring that? Can we like bring that? That was like for the Wii. That was like 2 systems ago. Let's do this now. Let's do this now. Well, then, guys, that's my predictions as far as virtual console games. Sorry if I rant a little bit longer than I usually do, but I really care about the future of you guys, the gamers out there. Guys, thank you so much for listening to me ranting like an idiot and buffoon, but thank you. But please listen to the GeEKSCAPE Games podcast. Oh my god, I almost died on that one. But yes, I'm usually on it. I was not on it previously because I got food poisoning and I had a really bad cold, and I couldn't do it. So congrats to everybody. They just hit their 100th episode. Now they're at 101. Go download it. They're on SoundCloud. They're on everything. iTunes, Google Play, everything. You know it. They got it. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and on Facebook. We have a Facebook group too. GeeKSCAPE Games Facebook group. Go check it out. It's cool. You can follow me at Angry Bananas on Twitter. And guys, see you next time. Hopefully they let me do another video after this crazy rant. I'll see you next time, GeeKSCAPers. Peace.